Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to day 4 of 5. So first, Rohit's gonna begin with the agenda.
All right. So today, what we're going to do is projections, which is another type of extrusions. It's a little bit more complicated, but we'll get to that. We're going to start looking more at what FTC parts are and like getting you guys more familiar with them, so that you guys know what those parts are used for and what they are. We're also going to talk about why planning ahead is super important and why it's necessary to add holes into custom parts or side plates. And then if we have time, we're going to go over materials inside Fusion 360. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do today.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, everybody has Fusion 360 open, right? Let's go to that.
Yeah.
Satyam,
Yeah.
want to share your screen for projections?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, my CAD is a bit laggy. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me share. Okay.
That's just to start off. Yeah. Satyam,
Yeah.
start.
So what I wanted to show you guys first is a little bit about drivetrains. So one thing you have to know about drivetrains is that first of all, drivetrains is a huge benefit or a huge purpose of CAD. Like a lot of teams really want to map out their drivetrain because it's like the basis of your entire robot. So the drivetrain is essentially the chassis, and it's essentially this lower part. So it's these sprockets, the wheels, this side plate, these motors, all of this is known as the side plate. Everything on top is then the external robot. So what I want to show you guys is how essentially we create a drivetrain. So the way this works is what you want to do is you want to always have your motors towards the center of your drivetrain. Now, today you guys are going to be making like a kind of simple drivetrain, and it doesn't have to be this complicated with like sprockets and everything. But I'm just giving you guys an overall rundown of usually what's a good design, right? So we have these motors in here, and then we have these two beams as a support to connect these. So these are super important because this is essentially what's keeping your robot up. So you want to make sure you plan this out very well. So like Rohit was saying about the importance of planning, CAD is one of the things that help you visualize that. Like you can understand like what your robot needs to make sure that it's sturdy enough. And then over here are the wheels, and looking at the wheels, you can see there's a lot of parts in the middle of it. So these are all necessary for the wheel to work properly in FTC. So yeah, so just taking that into consideration. So first we'll go over projections. So I'm gonna come back into our okay. Okay, so coming back into here. So everybody go into your new in your project and create a new design. Um, okay, Rod, can you see if anybody? Oh wait, you can't see, right?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, can you change the name of your project once you saved it once?
Yeah, so if you right click it, you'll see that there opens up like a drop tab, and you can just do a lot of things. So you can rename, you can move it to a different folder, you can even just like copy it. So if you want, you can always just rename stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, so one thing you guys might notice is you have in the parts folder, I added a bunch of new parts, and those are essentially a lot of the FTC parts we used. But I'll talk to you guys more about that later. I need to accept a couple more people. Okay. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna first create a drawing. We're creating an object essentially. So create a drawing.
Create sketch, right?
I mean, sorry, sketch. Yeah. Okay.
What were the dimensions on that, Satya?
Oh, it doesn't really matter per se.
I think it was 100 by 40.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So now we are going to extrude this. Finish sketch. Okay. So sorry. So yeah, this essentially we're gonna use this to create a side plate, right? So okay, I'm gonna set this for 5 right now, but this is what I want to do. So basically, now I'm gonna go back into the CAD classes and go into parts. And if you guys check out the bottom, you can see all the new parts I have added. And essentially, this is a Tetrix beam. Okay, so Tetrix created this part. One more person is joining. Yeah. Hello. Okay. So Tetrix created. So what we're doing is just everyone who just joined. So just create a new project, and then inside of that, create a new body or a new sketch, and then create like this kind of flat piece. So and we're going over projections right
Let's
now.
create this like thin rectangle.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we this Tetrix hole pattern. So essentially, if I insert into current design,
Something was that 39068? Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, if you look at this beam, this hole pattern is something that every robot FTC is consistent with. So you might be using a different company's parts. Like for our team uses Tetrix. So we have this specific hole pattern that we use for all our other items. So if we are making custom parts, we want it to have the same exact hole pattern. And the reason for that is like flexibility in design, like how we gave the example with the Legos, how every single Lego part has those same kind of holes. So it becomes easier to kind of mesh parts. So that's the same principle we want to use here. And to stay consistent, you also want to have the same thickness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get the size of the thickness of this thing. So you essentially just highlight both sides of the plate, and it gives you that distance in between. So you can see it's 2 millimeters, right? Now that we know that this is 2 millimeters, we're literally going to make this the exact same distance. So if I take this,
Just like highlight it.
yeah, extrude. Where's the extrude? Can I just do this?
You should be able to go. If you highlight it and hit right click, then you should be able to edit extrusion.
Edit sketch.
You should be able. So if you highlight it and hit extrude on it, then you should be able to bring it in just by.
Okay.
So if you just select one of the faces.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use move for now. So yeah. I'm gonna make this 2 mil. Oh, okay. This is increasing it. So yeah, -3. It was 5, right? So -3 meters. Yeah. So now, so essentially, you want to make a slab, a body that's 2 millimeters thick. So if I do inspect now, it's also 2 millimeters. So wait, I think I'm going a bit too fast. So I'm gonna wait for you guys to catch up to here. So essentially, you're just making a sketch and then creating this kind of rectangle that's 2 millimeters wide.
Wait, how did you make it 2 millimeters with the move? The move?
So the thing about bodies is that you can also just use move instead of extrude to kind of change the object. So like in Fusion, there's many ways to edit it, right? So if I wanted to make this longer, I could also just use the move function, because what's it doing is it's moving a face, essentially.
Okay.
So yeah.
So something else that you can do when you're creating dimensions for bodies and stuff is that you can put in like a function. So I can say like if I have like 2 millimeters minus, let's just say like that was originally like 1.763, and I don't want to do that in my head, so I can just do 1.763 minus 2, and it'll automatically take that distance, and
Yeah.
it'll like automatically give you it'll calculate that and just move it that much distance.
So let me know, guys, when you're done with
Wait,
creating.
mine's just not allowing me to move it. Like when I put move/copy, it just gives me a thing on the side. It doesn't like give me the arrows.
Yeah, I have that too.
Select a face. Don't just select the entire body. So instead of selecting
So
just
you
make
see
sure that
how
only
I'm highlighting a face of it, and then if I right click,
Yeah, it's giving me like I clicked a face. It's giving me what it's giving you, except giving me the bottom part, the X distance, Y distance, Z distance, and then angle and stuff.
yeah.
so you can change those by itself if you want.
Oh wait,
Or
I think I
yeah, what might happen is that you might need to rotate your orientation that you're looking at it, because if you're looking at it face on and you're trying to move it like forward towards you, Fusion won't let you do that.
I think
because,
I figured.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I think it's because on the drop-down menu I didn't press the right move function. There's like a different one.
Okay.
Okay.
Did everybody else get to this step?
Yeah. I'm trying to do it right now, but my Fusion keeps crashing itself. It happened twice.
Is that the only thing that you have open on your computer?
Yeah.
Like, do you have other?
So far, yeah, I have
You have
Excel open, but Excel open other than that.
Maybe try closing it. That might help.
Yeah.
Because like Fusion does take like a lot of space, and it requires a lot of power for the computer.
Yeah. So is anybody besides Abhimanyu? Is anybody not there? Wait, what just happened?
You started drawing. Go up to the top and. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah. So has anybody not, except for Abhimanyu, has anybody not reached here?
Me.
Me.
Okay.
Which
Were
part
you
is
able to create this object?
Wait, if I wanted to, could I delete this object and create a new sketch with the actual dimensions that are correct?
Yeah. That's fine. If you prefer doing that. Nashit, you had a question?
which part is that one?
So it's in the parts and it's called Tetrix 39068.
Any of these
okay.
would really work because all we need is a pattern from this.
But like, if you just want to stay consistent,
Yeah.
then yeah, just select that one.
Wait, what was the thickness of the side plate?
2
2
millimeters.
millimeters.
Or yeah, you can measure on your own as well. It's a good practice just to. So yeah, if you want to measure the thickness of something, just make sure so you have the two faces. So you press I, or you can press that as well, and then you go from this face to this face.
Is it just a thickness that has to match, or does like do any other things have to match too?
No, just thickness is fine.
You have to make it big enough so that you could fit all the holes. Like you have to make it tall enough.
Yeah.
So that all the holes fit. But other than that, it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be larger than whatever you're
I can
trying to
extend
project
this
is.
all the way. So yeah, let us know if you have any issues so far. So has everybody got there? Should I move on?
Not yet. I haven't gotten there.
Should we extend it to be the length of the side plate?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. You could. It doesn't really matter in what I'm demonstrating right now. It's not going to affect it in any way.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so if everybody else is, I'll come back to Abhimanyu to show him again. I just don't want to keep you guys waiting, so I'm just gonna show you guys how to use this tool. So essentially, you guys remember how we made holes the other day, right? So we press that hole, we use that hole function, and we create the hole. So imagine you get all of these holes, right? Now you're not gonna go around creating every single hole. That's gonna take way too much time. And especially to line them up, it's not gonna work. So to make the holes, there's something called project. So if you go into the create dropdown, you'll find something that says project. Wait, or maybe it's modify. Wait, I think if you just press P, project. So yeah, just press P for project, and then grab the face you want to project. So grab this face of the metal bar, right? So you're gonna do that. Wait. Pattern, circular pattern. Wait, 1 second. Why is everything? Okay, I can't find the tool. Oh, wait, we're gonna come back to this, I guess, then. Wait, Rohit, can you show the design then? Okay, so
Something you just want to show them using P. It worked for me.
the project?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen then?
Yeah. All right. Let me just go back so that we can start together. 1 second. Where is? So once you guys have done that, you guys can see it now, right?
Yeah.
Line it up so that it's like roughly in the same place. Your object that you created and the bar. Once you've done that, just hit P on your keyboard, and that'll take you to the project tool. So when you've done that, you should see this pop up. I'll hide this for now. So once you see this come up, just select this face that you want, and then you can just rotate it a little and choose yes, I think. Oh, sorry, I did it wrong. So just hit P, select this face, and I think just hit OK. Something. I don't know. Satyam, were you able to figure it out?
No.
Okay, we'll come back to this at the end. Instead, let's look at materials. So, yeah, so instead of, so like every time you create an object in Fusion, it'll always have like this gray color to it. But something that's really helpful if you want to show, like, if you're sending this to somebody and you want them to see like what it'll look like afterward, or if you're just like trying to see what it'll, like what your object will look like after you create it in real life, is use materials. So if you go up to sorry. Satyam, do you know where it is?
For which one?
Materials. Okay. Give me 1 second. Satyam, can you start talking about like why it's important to plan ahead?
Yeah, wait, so I can move on to something. So this is what I was planning for you guys to do in class today. 1 second. Okay, let me. Okay, so this is what I was planning for you guys to do in class today, and essentially it's just like this is how you would make a super simple drivetrain. So this is kind of basic FTC parts and how to use them. So you can see here I had this bar over here, all right, and then basically I was able to join this piece. So this piece is called a motor hub, and I got it from the parts section. It is this piece, okay? So I got this piece, got into the design, right? Then what I was able to do from this is that, as you can see here, there's these two holes over here. And because both of these are from Tetrix, you're able to use them with each other. So like I was saying about the hole patterns, right? So what I could do is I can just joint them at the hole. So right here, if I say right there, and I wanted to put it like somewhere here, for example, right? So this is upside down, so we're going to use flip like this, right? And then, so now that you can see how we have one hole, right? So now we can turn the joint like this. So it's perfectly straight, and you can see how it meshes perfectly at these two holes. So that's like the whole idea behind like having the same brand in like your robot. So now we press enter. So now this is joint with this, okay? Inside of this, now, this is a motor mount. So essentially you put your motor inside of this. So if I go up here and I select, where is it?
Are we supposed to be doing this?
Yeah, so you guys will be doing
Okay.
this. So if you want, you can start doing it, getting the pieces and everything. So yeah, you guys should actually, you should probably do that. So just create your own project and do this much so far. Okay.
Can you go over once more how to like assemble it in?
Okay, yeah. So Has everybody been able to create the project and got this kind of flattened? Right now, just get this flattened, and then I'll show you guys how to assemble this on it.
Wait, is it a new project or can we do the same project with the other thing we're doing before?
Just do a new one because we'll come back to it.
Okay. Which of those plates was it? The plates, like what number?
Just use the same plate that you had in the other design. You can use that one.
Okay.
Do we have to make a joint on both of the holes or just one and just rotate it?
One. You just need to make it on one.
Okay.
And what was that other plate that the motor mount?
Yeah, so it's in the parts section. The name of it is Tetrix 39089.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Should we start putting the motor in it?
Yeah, so okay, everybody got to that step? Okay. Give me a second. What? Okay.
Wait, is there like a certain like I joined it already, but I'm not. Is there like a certain spot you have to mount it? Because I mounted it kind of in the middle, or should I mount it to the side?
you should probably mount to the side because it's like a wheel, right? So what we're going to be doing is like essentially once we have this, you'll be able to then like connect it with something else. So okay, so I just want to show how I created this. So okay, so I hope that most of you have gotten this bar. So then I'm gonna delete this joint. Okay, so I have this piece right here, and I want to get attach it over here. Well, let's do the same line as this. So you can see over here, I've done it closest towards the edge of this. So I'm gonna do it the same spot over here, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna join this hole with this hole over here. This one with this one, okay? I'm gonna press J, capture position. I'm gonna select this point, join it with this point, okay? So right now it's gonna be flipped upside down, but then we're just gonna flip it like this. So now you have it like this, okay? So it's joined at that center point you want it, but it's not the right orientation. So now using this revolve thing here, you're gonna turn it like this. And you're gonna turn it so that both of these holes align. You should see like they go all the way through. So once you have that, you can press enter then. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let me know when you guys did that, and then you can essentially just put in the motor then. So like if I was to get the motor here,
Um, are you sure you finished? I
I'm
think
just yeah, I still need to edit after Satyam like
okay, yeah. Just keep on going until Satyam's finished,
okay.
and then we'll check everybody's.
Yeah.
so yeah, we're gonna have to like hop out this
Satyam,
meeting.
oh yeah, your screen stopped sharing. I don't know if he does.
Oh, okay. Do you guys still need it?
I don't know if they need it.
Wait, how did you get it?
Yeah.
How did you get it into the motor into the thingy?
Okay, let me show you that. Okay, 1 second.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do the same thing as yesterday. Just join back in this meeting after you get kicked out.
Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna delete this joint. Okay. So you have this motor. Do you guys all get this motor inside your project?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you got the motor, then good. So then this is the motor, by the way. It's called Never Rest. Okay. So once you get that, you press J. It's another joint. So you press J. Okay. And for this one, the position you want to use is this essentially this circular part on the top. Okay, it'll highlight this section. So I select that portion. And then I want to select the inside of this because that's where it's going to be. So you can see how it like highlighted the entire thing. And it joins in like that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move it back to the edge like this. So yeah, let me know when you guys are able to finish that.
Wait, which motor was it?
Yeah, so it
Neverest.
was.
It was 2.9, I think.
It's this one.
2964 A Neverest Classic 40.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, Hitansh just joined.
Uh,
Oh, okay, yeah.
okay, guys. So we're gonna get kicked out of this meeting. So just join back in.
Yeah.
To this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
So yeah.
Wait, could I select not the exact front part of the motor, just the front edge of the rim to join it?
Let me help you out in the next call. So just everybody exit this and then, yeah.